What is up, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I want to speak to you about, the newest movie of Planet of the Apes. The newest one that came out, it is called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This is basically like the third week already for the movie that's been out in theaters. And I have to say, man, I do enjoy this movie. Like all these movies, man, all these Planet of the Apes movies, they're just that good. They really are good. If I rank the newest films, beginning with Rise of the Planet of the Apes and so on, I have to say that Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, that's my favorite one from the four movies that have just come out. And for this one, maybe I would rank it as my third favorite movie of the franchise. The second one, it has to be Rise. For this one, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, this one takes place like many centuries later, right after Caesar died. If you have seen War for the Planet of the Apes, you know that Caesar did die. And now Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is a new character. It's a new ape. His name is Noah. We follow him in his journey, and supposedly, like his village, they know how to use eagles. Like they know how to speak to them, and like almost in every single film, like just following War for the Planet of the Apes and now Kingdom, you always see like the apes, they mostly like becoming human in a way. Like they're riding horses, they're scavenging, they're hunting animals. They're becoming just like humans. Every single movie that we get right after, like they just keep getting smarter and just like humans. It's crazy. It's crazy to see. I've never actually seen the original Planet of the Apes movie, so I do not know. I really have no idea how many Planet of the Apes films are there in total. I think there is a lot, but the first one I think came out like in 1968. I've only seen four of them, but this series is so good. If you did not know, there was like a virus that was created by humans, and that virus, it took away their speech. Like they could not speak at all. They took their vocals away. That virus took away their vocals, and also it took their intellect as well, their intelligence. But for the apes, it made them even smarter, and it made them just like humans. Probably on the next one, we probably might see them have a military by now, man. And that's just crazy to see. And it's like awesome because even the CGI they made for these movies, they look so freaking realistic. Like it's somewhat scary. It seems like they're real, but they're not. Even the eyes as well, they look so human alike. But like I'm about to explain like most of the whole story for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes if you have not seen it yet. So be warned, guys. So like I said, the main character's name is Noah. On his village, they know how to use eagles. They are able to transfer messages from one another, from a different village if they want to. And there was also these apes, these scavengers that were actually looking to actually take slaves. Yeah, to take slaves, and they were looking for apes to actually help them. These apes, they're not very friendly. And somehow they use the word of Caesar that supposedly like he wants apes to be stronger together, right? But like Caesar, if you have seen the original movies, Caesar wants everybody to be equal. He wants humans and apes to work side by side. But like these apes, they're twisting the words that Caesar has made. Caesar always wanted them to be together, but these apes, they only want apes to be stronger, and they just don't like humans at all. And they will hurt anybody, even their own kind, even apes, because they just spreading the misinformation of Caesar. There was this ape called Raka that told Noah about everything that he needed to know of what was Caesar's beliefs and what apes are actually are. Even on his village, they really, well, him, Noah didn't really get along with humans as well. They called them echoes. That's what I noticed in this movie. That was like the term they used, called echoes. There was a human following him like around this whole film, and like he just wasn't really a fan of humans at first. I had to say that, yeah, Raka died, and the human that was following Noah, her name was, I think, May. Yeah, I believe that was her name. And May was able to speak. She was like one of the few people that wasn't infected by the virus, supposedly. And that was a good thing because she kept her humanity, she kept her intellect. There were lots of people that came out in this movie that showed that they were almost like cavemen, like, and they weren't just that smart anymore. Like, you know how cavemen were. If you took a history class back in school, they taught you about cavemen. They were almost like that in a way. And like the monkeys, the apes, they were basically like humans. They were hunting them. It's just like interesting. It's interesting to see because evolution is supposedly going the other way around. Like in this world, apes actually do live in cages, and humans are the intellect ones. But in this world, the Planet of the Apes, it is Planet of the Apes now. The apes, they're the ones who know how to speak. They run, well, not say a government yet, but it's like a monarch. King Proximus, that's his name. He runs a monarch. He is the king of that kingdom that supposedly Noah was taken to. The reason why he went there to Proximus's lair is because he wanted to bring his people back safe. Supposedly, well, actually, they happened. The apes actually took over his village and they took the people that were important to him. His father actually died, and his mom survived. Also, the girl that he really liked, and his friend as well. They were still alive, but his village, like the people there, they were scared of King Proximus, and it was up to him, Noah, and May to actually save them from King Proximus. And why will King Proximus take them? The main reason why King Proximus actually took them, it was because he was trying to open this hidden lair. This hidden lair had all the technology that any human or even ape needs to actually become even more smarter. If the apes actually got this information and learned the technology, it will be really dangerous for humans because now apes will be just as smart as humans, and it will be an all-out war. That's why May decided to actually flood that lair. When they actually went inside, they sneaked in Noah's girlfriend, and also May. They sneaked in to actually check out the lair to see what they can find. And yeah, it seems like Noah, he's still, right at the ending, he was still confused. He's not sure to actually trust humans or not. So we don't know. Probably on the next film, we might actually get to see what Noah thinks about humans. Can he really trust them? Even May, like, once Noah asked her if humans and apes can actually live side by side. What did May said to him? May said, I don't know. She is not sure because she wasn't born at the time when Ceasar was around. And all she knows is that apes, they are the dominant force, and probably they could take over humans if they want to. And that technology that was on the lair, it would have helped them even more. And that's why she made the choice of actually flooding that lair that included all this information that they could learn from. And the good thing is that King Proximus actually was no king no more. He actually got stuck in there on that lair because Noah was able to get him stuck on a place that he was able to not leave. He drowned, and also the right hand man of King Proximus, he did not make it out as well. Actually, yeah, King Proximus was the one that fell right at the edge of the mountain where there was like a lot of eagles and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It was a awesome movie. I did enjoy my time watching it. I went to go stay with my mom since we weren't really doing nothing as much on Thursday. So yeah, I took her to go see the movie, and she enjoyed the movie as well. Noah, that's the newest character that we have for the newer Planet of the Apes movies. He probably might be the leader for the village on the next movie. We will see. And this time they have eagles, so that's something new that we have learned about apes. Now they can use eagles. Now they'll be able to use more animals. We will see in the later films. And now switching gears, guys, I want to speak to you about Deontay Wilder versus the Asian boxer. His name is Zhang. That fight is actually going on right now, I believe. Right now, I'm recording the podcast around 4:40 or so. They're actually fighting in Saudi Arabia, and hopefully, I'm able to see the fight. Maybe it hasn't happened yet, or maybe it has. But I would definitely watch the highlights to see who actually won this fight. I'm hoping that Deontay Wilder actually won this one. This is a fight that I have actually been waiting for to see, because these two guys, both of them, they have great power, man, in their hands. They can knock out anybody. And now these two are facing each other. That's going to be a one hell of a fight. And hopefully Deontay Wilder actually got the victory on that one. I could be wrong. By the time you're listening to this, it's going to be a Tuesday. And you would already know, if you are a fan of boxing, who won that fight. Right after this podcast, I'll probably find out as well. Yeah, hopefully Deontay Wilder wins that one. And now, later on tonight, I'm going to see Dustin Poirier versus Islam Makhachev. I'll tell you guys briefly on the last podcast that Islam was going to take the win. Sadly, that's what I believe, man. I want Dustin Poirier to win this fight so badly, but I feel like he's probably going to freeze, and he's just going to get nervous, like how he did against Charles Oliveira and against Justin Gaethje. Those two fights, they had titles on the line, and he lost them. The first one with Charles Oliveira, he lost it by submission, and Justin Gaethje, he KO'd him. I think it was like on the third round, I believe. Yeah, it really did suck, man. But it's gonna suck, man, to actually see Dustin Poirier lose to Islam Makhachev. Islam, man, he's just an all-around good fighter. He has great submissions, and he even has KO power, because he did KO Volkanovski in the second round. Yeah, man, that's gonna be sad to see. Well, it'll be so surprising, man, if he actually does get a victory against Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev has only lost one time in his career, in his UFC career. And Dustin Poirier only, well, I don't know how many times he has lost, but he has been there for a very long time in the UFC. Islam, He's like somewhat brand new in a way, but he is the champion and the guy who has taught him the best of the best of how to actually fight these guys in the UFC. It is Khabib. So I don't know, man. We will see. We will see how this actually turns out. Islam Makhachev probably might get the submission win in the fourth round. That's what I believe. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did made it this far, make sure to actually subscribe to the channel and actually follow this podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on Spotify, Pandora, or any other platform, make sure to actually follow it and also recommend this podcast to a friend or neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about pop culture or anything combat sports related. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.